After the strike of the US in collaboration with Israel pertaining Iran, it gave Joshua a small little beacon of hope that maybe his prophecy is still right. And he came back with another billion% prophecy. Yeah, you got that right. He was there, with a billion% was back, locked in. He was locked in. Joshua was locked in, giving prophecies again. Sexuality Show with Daily Christian Commentary. Videos, other episodes that will be down in the pinned comments. And by the way, that prophecy was not met with silence. Even Medic responded in the comment section. So it was quite a hectic one. So after this whole thing of Iran happened, I guess Joshua, you remember earlier on, after the noise pertaining the strike of European portions of Europe that we wanted to protest Trump's way of governance, and they were threatening that they were going to protest, and the FIFA what Joshua came out and he said, there is another one. They pushed it forward. They said maybe it's in April, blah blah blah. Remember, the whole World Cup starts in June. So he said, no, it's probably that it's happening around thing. They made up an idea. They said 6 months. They added 6 months. It doesn't matter. The date was September. It failed. So now they had added thingy. Now, the very funny part is, now with this entire thing of what has happened in Iran, now it has given him another thing. Now he's come back with the same energy of billion%. Can no one please give him a platform? I don't have to be dealing with these videos and stuff like that. So Joshua says, I am a billion% certain. That's what you were last time. So it says, I'm a billion% certain that the 4th or the 5th of April 2026, Passover, the only feast in which God separates the righteous for the redemption and the unrighteous for judgment. Passover was about Jesus. So Passover is solely about Jesus. It's about people believing Jesus. It's not rapture. Like I've said before, I don't need to repeat this. Not every Christian holiday is about rapture. So now that's what Joshua is doing now. Now he is the separation, it's judgment over sin. Passover is specific. The death that's been spoken about in Passover, the spirit that was passing, it's the death that is brought by sin, judgment over thinking, not this one of yours of believing you, and then people will be thinking. If anybody believes this, will be mumu. We like things. It's not that you are interested in. No, you just like things. You like things. Childish behavior. You are full of childish behavior. And it says one taken righteous, one left unrighteous. Passover rapture. That's what you think the Passover is about. It's like ridiculous. It says rapture is happening as the world is told. Behold the Lord, the Lamb of God, Jesus, who taketh away the sin of the world. Yes, it's about sin. It's nothing to do with rapture. Stop making everything about rapture. He says, who taketh away the sin from the world, Passover, first fruits. You see, it's just mumbo jumbo now. He's just mixing up things. What does first fruits, Passover, and thinking, what does that have to do with rapture? Because if you're saying first fruits, is there a second rapture? When you say first fruits, is there a second rapture? The first fruits was in reference to Christ. Anyways, And then he goes, John chapter number 12, when I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men unto myself. Okay, so you think now the resurrection as well is so the death and the resurrection as well is about rapture. Yes, guys, this is what happens when you don't have, because I can tell you now, nothing will happen. Yeah, nothing will happen, because he's going to keep pushing this thing. He's going to keep pushing it. So now if it passes this, then what? The billion%, what happens to the billion%? People like this don't stop. And I need you guys to understand this. We've been saying this from the first day he refused to acknowledge that the spirit that's speaking to him, it's false. He's still doing it. They don't change. They don't, because why? They can't be told the spirit you are listening to is false. They don't want to listen. They want to continue doing whatever they want to do. So at this point, I couldn't really feel sorry for him. He really wants to be deceived. He wants to be deceived. Joshua really wants to be deceived. He's asking for it. He's asking for the spirit, and they'll continue telling him all kinds of things. If you go into the comment section of that billion% comment that he made, and you scroll down, you will see that Medic for Christ came in the comment section to rebuke him. Daniel is there also supporting this idea. Daniel is very ridiculous. He was there saying that people were going to off themselves. I'm like, just really childish behavior. If you want to believe what you want to believe what you want to believe, dude. Okay? You don't have to now try and scare people using things like that. It's very ridiculous. You can't argue your point biblically. So now you go around trying to scare people. It's pathetic, honestly. It's pathetic. So Medic also posted right under the comment section. If you scroll down, you'll see Medic posted, and he says, Deuteronomy, a prophet who speaks a thing should be put to death, and then he says, you may say to yourselves, how can we know that the message that he has, but he says it will not come. He spoke presumptuously, basically. That's the verse. He says, it's for a man who spent a lot of time telling others that they can lose their salvation. You should be pretty concerned with the above passage. Yeah, because that it's a reminder that there is God makes a judgment over mankind's affairs, and people like this. So judgment is coming, and you will not escape the eyes of God. He says you will answer for the lies and the deception, and that I'm 1,000,000% sure of. It's 1,000,000% sure that judgment is indeed coming. People like this do not stop, and the reason why they don't stop is because they can't afford to believe they were deceived. Medic did make a video. You can go and check the video on his channel. He made a video addressing this entire thing that's recently come up, and he specifically points out this whole idea of how people who have been disqualified from speaking to the body are now here speaking as though there was any proof for what they did. From the beginning all the way through, it's been lies. Now, resurrection is about rapture. Death of Jesus is about rapture. This is ridiculous. There's nobody, when the Bible speaks about hermeneutics or even cultural application of what some of the elements of things, which is how he came to our knowledge. He was speaking about the cultural implications of the culture and all that stuff, and interpretation into the holidays. So now all of a sudden, he doesn't know about the cultural implication of those things. He doesn't know the difference between Jesus coming and dying as the lamb. It's the rapture now. How is that related to rapture? The first fruit whole idea now, it's about rapture. Everything is about rapture. It's an obsession. It's a cult. At this point, people are not deceived. You see, like all these people that you see in the comments and what, they are not deceived at all. Daniel Chang is not deceived. Daniel Chang has a problem of his own, a problem of importance or something like that. Daniel Chang is not new here in this scene. He has a problem of importance. He wants to remain relevant all through. Now, if you were really looking at the entire situation of Khomeini, and you were really considering, if Khomeini was still alive, you could claim that there was no. Now, the army might try to continue thinking, but America has been very clear. If they try it, it will hammer them down. They'll hammer them down. There was a story that came out pertaining the blockages that were happening inside the warships that of the US in between, and immediately after that story we heard about the strikes being arranged. You see, if you don't understand how most of these people, especially in these false religions, function, especially things like Islam and stuff like that, they try to fast forward. They try to fast forward the time so that they can cause the Messiah to come, because they believe that, especially in Sunni Islam, they believe that you can fast track the coming. You see it with what's his name? This guy from thingy, Saddam. Is it Saddam Hussein? Yes, Saddam Hussein. You see it with Saddam. Saddam was trying to prove the Bible wrong by trying to build in the region where the Babylonian city was. Yeah, they're trying to fast track. They're trying to create and insinuate an idea that the Bible can't be true. And immediately after he tried to do that, boom, died. And that's something that people don't even remember. He tried to rebuild what God said was desolate. And immediately they just... So Khomeini is the same. If Khomeini was really responding to the US and Israel, why is he attacking Dubai? What does Dubai have to do with his attack? What are all the areas where he was attacking? What do those areas have to do with? But that shows you the level of wickedness the man had. That shows you the level of wickedness. Apart from what people may say on social media, no, they shouldn't have done. Yeah, but you see, what happened after Israel responded? You see, the response tells you what kind of people are you dealing with. They went attacking everyone. Are those people you can simply stably rely on? No, you can't. They have agendas that they're trying to fast track to see to a fulfillment. So him being neutralized should tell you something. Time is still there. Go evangelize. Stop telling us about things that are not there. Go evangelize. Bring people to the gospel. Do your part. Leave things that you have no idea about. Stop following people that have completely been discredited. It's Ricky, we're done.